If you've ever watched your tomato plants wilt, struggle with yellow leaves or end up with disappointing fruit, you're not alone. Many gardeners face these problems year after year, often blaming the weather or the variety they chose. But here's the thing, most of these issues start underground, with one critical soil mistake that quietly ruins your harvest. What if I told you that fixing this mistake doesn't just save your plants, it actually gives them a serious boost? Imagine healthier tomatoes, fewer problems, and bigger yields, all from a simple change you can make before you even start planting. And if you think planting tomatoes is as easy as digging a hole, stick around for a proven trench planting method that helps roots grow stronger from day one. Getting your tomatoes off to a strong start is all about understanding what's really happening beneath the surface. Before you even think about planting, the first move is to test and fix your soil. Tomatoes depend on soil that's just right, slightly acidic, with a pH between 6.0 and 6.8. If your soil drifts outside this range, your plants may struggle to absorb the nutrients they need, leaving them weak and unproductive. Testing your soil avoids surprises and helps you spot issues like low phosphorus or potassium before they become real problems. You have two solid options for soil testing. Affordable home test kits are easy to use and give you a quick snapshot of your soil's pH and nutrient levels. For a more detailed analysis, sending a sample to your local agricultural extension lab is a smart investment. They'll give you a full report on pH, nutrient content, and organic matter. This extra detail can help you make better decisions about what your garden needs. Once you know your soil's numbers, adjusting is simple. Use lime to raise the pH or sulfur to lower it, and add organic matter like compost or aged manure to restore nutrients. These steps create a strong foundation for your tomatoes, making it easier for them to thrive. With your soil in good shape, you're ready to take the next step toward building healthier, more resilient plants, starting with what you put on top of the soil itself. Woodchips are one of the most effective ways to build long-term soil health for your tomatoes. There's a common myth that woodchips will rob your soil of nitrogen, but research shows this only happens if you mix them into the soil. When you use woodchips as a mulch, spread right on the surface, they actually improve your garden over time. Surface mulched woodchips lock in moisture, suppress weeds, and slowly feed the soil as they break down. They absorb rainfall, prevent runoff, and keep your tomatoes cleaner by stopping soil from splashing onto leaves, which helps reduce disease. As the chips decompose, they add organic matter and nutrients, making your soil richer and easier to work with year after year. A mulch layer about 3 to 6 inches deep is ideal for giving your tomatoes these benefits and keeping the soil temperature more stable in both hot and cool weather. With this simple change, you're protecting your plants from many common problems, but there's another hidden risk that can build up in your garden if you're not careful. Keeping your tomatoes in the same spot year after year might feel convenient, but it sets you up for trouble. Soil holds on to pests and diseases that target tomatoes, like nematodes and fungal pathogens. Over time, these problems build up, making it harder for your plants to thrive. Research shows that crop rotation can cut soil pathogens by up to 60% in 3 years, breaking the cycle of disease and giving your tomatoes a fighting chance. Rotating your tomatoes to a new location each season interrupts the life cycles of these pests and diseases. It also helps restore soil health. If you switch tomatoes with nitrogen-fixing crops like beans or clover, you're not just avoiding disease, you're adding vital nutrients back to the soil. These cover crops improve fertility, boost organic matter, and help your tomatoes get the nutrition they need without relying on synthetic fertilizers. Even in small gardens, dividing your space and rotating crops, or interplanting with companion plants like basil or marigolds, can make a difference. A simple change in where you plant each year supports healthier soil and stronger plants. Once you've got the right spot and healthy soil, how you plant your tomatoes can make just as much difference as where you put them. Digging a trench instead of a hole is a simple shift that makes a big difference for your tomatoes. With trench planting, you dig a shallow trench and lay the tomato plant stem sideways, burying it up to the first 2 or 3 leaf nodes while leaving just the top leaves exposed. This method encourages the plant to grow roots all along the buried stem, creating a wider, more resilient root system. Unlike traditional vertical planting where roots are bunched in one spot, Trenching spreads roots horizontally through the soil. This means your tomatoes can access moisture more evenly, especially during dry spells, and take up nutrients from a larger area. Studies show that trenching can double the root surface area, leading to stronger plants and up to 19% higher yields. Getting this step right sets your tomatoes up for a healthy season. But to maintain all the benefits of good soil and strong roots, what you put on top of the soil next is just as important. Mulching with grass clippings or dried leaves is one of the simplest ways to support your tomato plants and build better soil. These organic materials do more than just cover the ground. They help regulate soil temperature, conserve moisture, and keep weeds in check. As they break down, grass clippings supply nitrogen while dried leaves add carbon, working together to balance the soil food web and steadily enrich the soil. For the best results, spread a layer of mulch about 2 to 4 inches thick in a circle 12 to 18 inches wide around each tomato plant. This thickness is enough to hold in moisture and block out weeds without smothering your plants. Always keep the mulch about 1 to 2 inches away from the stem base to prevent rot and let air circulate around the plant. Some gardeners like to add a thin layer of compost under the mulch for a slow-release nutrient boost, but the real power of organic mulch comes from its steady improvement of your soil over time. Even with good mulch and compost though, there's another small step that can make a big difference in the quality of your tomato harvest. Adding a spoonful of rock dust or crushed charcoal, also known as biochar, to your soil gives your tomatoes access to a broader spectrum of essential minerals. For example, granite-based rock dust supplies calcium and magnesium, both important for preventing blossom end rot and supporting strong, healthy growth. These minerals are released slowly, providing a steady source of nutrition throughout the season. Biochar brings its own set of benefits. It not only provides trace minerals but also improves the soil's structure and boosts its cation exchange capacity, making nutrients like calcium and potassium more available to your plants. Biochar also helps the soil hold on to moisture, which supports consistent root health and reduces the risk of nutrient leaching. Just add a teaspoon of either rock dust or biochar around each plant when preparing your soil. This small step can lead to noticeable improvements in fruit quality and plant resilience. With the right amendments in place, your soil is set up for success. But even the best soil can't compensate for a watering routine that works against your tomatoes. Watering tomatoes the way most people do often leads to more problems than solutions. Pump at least 1 inch of water per week in deep, infrequent soakings to encourage roots to reach down as far as 20 inches. This method helps your plants develop a strong root system that can handle hot, dry weather and makes it easier for them to take up water and nutrients from deeper in the soil. Research shows that deep watering twice weekly is the best way to build root resilience and reduce issues like blossom end rot and fruit cracking. Always water directly at the base of your tomato plants, keeping the leaves dry. Wet foliage can invite fungal diseases and spread soil-borne pathogens. Instead of sticking to a rigid schedule, use the finger test. Push your finger a couple of inches into the soil, and only water when it feels dry at that depth. Adjust your routine for changes in the weather, more often during heat, less during cool spells, and use mulch to keep soil moisture steady. Every careful step you take in watering supports the health of your tomatoes, but it all comes back to what you do before you even plant. When you focus on soil health, you set the stage for tomatoes that grow stronger and produce better fruit year after year. Healthy soil, built with compost or aged manure, supports deep roots and helps your plants resist stress. These organic additions also fit with eco-friendly gardening, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers and chemicals. Building soil organic matter enhances microbial health and sequesters carbon, creating a sustainable garden system. To keep improving your soil, try adding a cover crop in the off-season. This simple step restores nutrients and supports long-term garden health. Good soil is the foundation for a productive, resilient tomato patch. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to check out our other gardening video on top 10 companion plants for a thriving garden. I'll link here and in the description below. Don't forget to like and share this one to spread the knowledge and subscribe for more expert advice. Thanks for supporting the channel. See you in the next video and happy gardening.